Today I'm here with Nick Warren and Mixmag Mexico. We're at Luna Obscura, which is a festival in Mexico. Nick, tell us why you're here today.
Well, I'm doing an amazing party here with Luna Obscura. They very kindly asked us at the Soundgarden to curate the Friday, and today's Friday. So I'm here with stacks of friends. I'm in Armen Miran, Dastan. We've got Mai Lawson Borella, and loads of other great artists. And it's an amazing place. It's a little mezcal ranch in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. There's no neighbours, so it's perfect.
It is perfect. It is really beautiful, and it's a very intimate crowd.
Yeah, it's nice. It's around 4 or 5 hours drive from Monterey, so I must take my hat off to everybody who made the effort to come.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's cool. It's lovely people.
I would definitely do it again.
Yes, I would. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your passion for music and how your career was born, in a few words.
Gosh, I was always obsessed with electronic music from about that big.
Wow.
In the early days, the Tangerine Dream and Kraftwerk, bands like that, and I was always obsessed by it. So I bought records religiously, and then eventually people asked me to start playing them for them, first in house parties and then in clubs, and then people started to pay me for it, which was even better. And from there it's steamrolled on to what I'm doing today.
Amazing. Yeah. And at what point did you feel that you were ready to go full time as an artist?
I suppose it was when my dad went into a store and bought one of my albums. Then I thought, okay,
really?
Now it's serious.
Wow.
So I
think that maybe you have waited a little while.
Yeah.
You kind of were humble about that.
Yeah, cool.
That's really awesome. So tell me a little bit about where you were born and how it may have had an influence on your style of music.
I was born in the south of England. My parents had very questionable taste in music, but some of their records were really good.
Okay.
Some of them were awful. so I think it was that young age of listening to sort of everything from the Jackson 5 through to Jean-Michel Jarre, through to, say, Kraftwerk, through to hippie bands, Joni Mitchell, stuff like that. But then I was always very intrigued by instrumental music. I always felt instrumental music was more interesting than vocal, because vocal music kind of tells you what to think.
Right.
So whereas instrumental music sort of lets your mind run free about what it's about. So most electronic music is instrumental, or for me the best stuff is. So
right.
That's what attracted me to it.
I love it. So tell me a little bit about Way Out West.
Way Out West is a band. It's me and Jody Wisternoff. We've been working together since 1994. Wow. So it's lasted longer than most marriages, to be honest. We don't spend much time together, which is maybe the secret of a marriage. But no, so we've done, I think, 6 albums. Jody and I work separately together. We both write independently, but I think our best music is when we come together. In the early days, it was very much breakbeat driven, and we've gone through all the genres of electronic music. But then we're working on a new album, which is coming along really nicely. I'm going to play some of the tracks for the first time tonight.
Nice, amazing.
See how they go.
Awesome.
But yes, it's a great project. It's not easy to find a studio partner where it kind of gels as well as it does me and Jody. So yeah, it's good.
I love it. So how do you feel this project affected you as an artist?
Oh, you see, I don't look too deeply into these things. I don't think it affected me at all. Life is all about partnerships and relationships where if you find something that works really well, then work at it and make sure that it continues.
Right.
It's the same as relationships. So I don't overthink it. I don't think that the Way Out West has affected the way I am as a person, anything like that. I'm not particularly spiritual, you see.
Okay.
But then it's had a big impact on satisfaction in life, and it's like I love most of the music that we've made. You know,
Most.
I'm never satisfied with anything that I've made musically.
Really?
There's always a fault in this somewhere.
So you're a perfectionist.
No, I'm not a perfectionist. Actually, I'm quite sloppy at a lot of things. But then I strive. I'd love to make a piece of music where I thought it's perfect. But then the worry is if I do that, will I want to stop? You know,
Right?
Because is there any point? If
Okay.
you've done perfection, then why continue? So I don't think I've got there yet, and so I'm still striving.
That
to
makes
get there.
sense. I understand. So how about maybe tell us pros of the industry today versus when you first started?
The reach of the industry now is massive. You know, now everybody knows what you're doing all the time in every single spot on the planet.
Yeah.
Someone in India, Pakistan, the South Pole, Russia, Canada, Alaska, they get the information at the same time. So that's a plus. The downside is that people have got used to not buying music. No one would walk into a store, say to Walmart, and pick up a pair of jeans and walk out with it.
Yeah.
They think, oh, I have to pay for it.
Yes.
Whereas very few people now think that they have to pay for their music.
Yes.
They'll pay Netflix to watch loads of movies rather than going to a theatre now. And it's the same with music. It's easier to sign up to Spotify or Apple Music and get everything,
Yeah.
rather than go into a store and go, right, then I'm going to buy this with the artwork and take it home and then listen to it.
Right. That's absolutely true. And you know I'm just going to ask this question. Would you love to change that?
It's,
because I'd love to change it too.
No, it's not going to change.
No?
There's no point even thinking about it. That's going to evolve and evolve. The streaming services are just going to grow and grow and grow, and it'll be harder. The problem is it's fine for me, but I think for young kids, if you don't make any money from making music, eventually your wife or your girlfriend will say, you need to get a job.
Yeah.
Because you have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
So then they stop. So it's not a great situation, but then there are still thousands or millions of young people who want to make music, and thankfully lots of them send it to me to see what I think of it. So I'm very lucky that I get to play and also listen to some amazing music by young people.
Nice. I love it. So any advice for any artist starting out today?
Oh, don't be influenced by anybody else. It's the best advice I can give anybody.
That's great. Be yourself.
It doesn't matter if nobody else likes it. If you like it and other people like it, that's the bonus, but it's not important if they like it.
I love that. That's great advice. And today I feel like, Beatport, for instance, makes so many genres of music, so many different names. And today's like, well, what style of music do you play? And it's just kind of like, let them create a genre around you. Well, genres are only made so it helps people that are not as clued up as most. Because if someone likes a style of music and they don't know that much about that style of music, they go, oh, I like organic house or I like progressive house. Yeah.
So it's just a means to make the road to purchasing more simple.
Very interesting. Lastly, would you love to share anything with Mixmag Mexico today with this edition that would be a special sort of surprise that nobody else really knows about that we can share?
Okay, well, I'd like to try and get more Mexican artists to make music and get it out there.
Okay.
I don't hear much music from Mexico. There is some great music, but it would be amazing if young artists from Mexico make music. They need to look at who they admire. Maybe it's the Soundgarden, maybe it's Sudbeat, or maybe it's Solomon's label or whoever, and just send us the music, and you never know, it might end up on our labels and be the start of their careers.
So is there any particular genre of music or style that you're seeking right now for Soundgarden?
No, you have to it's just make some, or for us it's melody and that mixture of progressive and organic kind of vibe. But then I don't like to tell people what to do.
Right, of course.
Because that's not the way to make music.
Well, as long as they're within the guidelines.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. I love it. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today. I'm
great.
looking forward to your set this morning.
Thank you.
And
Mixmag.
I hope you have a wonderful time at ADE as well.
Yeah, thank you, Joy. Thanks.